Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how to make a delicious huevo and torta con chilaquiles. In case you just want to know how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with the ingredients. So for this recipe we're going to need eggs, 15 corn tortillas, your choice of cheese, 3 guajillo or New Mexico chile pods, chile de árbol, a quarter of a small white onion sliced, 2 garlic cloves, 6 tomatillos, 2 Roma tomatoes, 2 cups of pinto beans, and 8 ounces of chorizo. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright guys, so first we're going to begin by getting our tortillas ready. So I'm going to cut them into 1-inch little squares. And I just use my fingers as a guidance of how 1 inch is. And then going the other way. Alright, so once we have our tortillas cut into small little squares, now we are ready to make our salsa. Alright, so we're going to add our tomatillos and tomatoes into a small saucepan, and we're just going to cover them with water. So we're going to take it to the stove, set it on medium-high heat, and bring them to a boil. Alright, so once our tomatillos and tomatoes come to a boil, we're going to set them to the side. Alright, so now we're going to grab our comal or our frying pan, and now we're going to roast our chiles. So make sure that you depot them. Now, if you don't want your salsa to be spicy, make sure that you use chile guajillo. And for the chile de árbol, just use about 3 to 4, so like that it's not that spicy. So we're just going to lightly roast our chiles. And also roast the garlic cloves. Alright, so just make sure that you keep an eye on your chiles because they do roast pretty fast, as you can see. And you don't want them to burn, otherwise your salsa is going to be bitter. Alright, so once your chiles are done, we're going to transfer them in the water. Soak them with the water, and we're just going to wait for the water to cool down. Alright, and once your garlics are done, just transfer them to your blender cup. Alright, so while we wait for our tomatoes and chiles to cool down, we're going to make our beans. So in a large frying pan, we're going to set it on medium-high heat, and we're going to throw in our chorizo. And we're going to add a little bit of the onion. And we're just going to cook that for 3 minutes. Alright, so after 3 minutes, we're going to throw in our beans. And now we're just going to smash them. And I added about half a cup of the juice from the beans. But it all depends on how runny you want your beans. So you can add more or just don't add any water. Alright, so I just made my pinto beans, so mine are nice and hot. So now at this point, my beans are ready. And I already have a video on that. I'm going to leave it in the description box so you guys can go check it out. So now that my beans are ready, we can set them to the side. Alright, so now just drain the water from the tomatoes and chiles. Alright, so now we're just going to transfer the tomatillos and chiles into our blender cup. And to that we're going to add salt. And 3/4 of a cup of water. So now we're just going to blend everything together until we have a smooth salsa. Alright, so once we have our salsa, now we can make our chilaquiles. Alright, so now we're going to grab a large frying pan. We're going to set it on medium heat, and we're going to add oil. So about 1 cup. And now we're just going to wait for the oil to heat up, and then we can begin frying. Alright, so once our oil is hot, we're going to throw in our tortillas. And we're going to fry them until they turn into a beautiful golden color. Alright, so after 5 minutes, our tortillas have turned into tortilla chips. So now we're going to drain the oil and remove them. And you can set them on paper towels so you can drain more oil. Alright, so now we're just going to repeat the process to the remaining tortillas. Alright, so in the same pan we're going to use to fry the salsa. Now reserve 1 cup of the salsa. Okay, so now we're going to fry our onions. So fry it for a couple minutes. Alright, so after a couple minutes we're going to throw in our sauce. Now you want to try it for salt and see if it needs any, and if it does, go ahead and add it. For me this is perfect, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Alright, so reduce the heat to low and let that cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so now we're going to throw in our chips. Mix it with the salsa. At this point we're going to turn it off. And now we're going to add our cheese. And of course, if you like your chilaquiles more soggy, then you can let it heat up with the salsa. But for me, I don't like them that soggy, so for me this is fine. So now we're just going to cover it and let the cheese melt. So now set it to the side and we can begin making our eggs. Alright, so now we're going to beat our eggs, and I'm going to do 3 per serving. Alright, so I'm just going to season them with black pepper. And a little bit of salt. Don't add too much because the chilaquiles already have salt and you don't want it to be salty. So now we're just going to beat it until our egg yolks and our egg whites are combined together. Alright, so once our egg whites and egg yolks are mixed, now we are ready to make our huevo de torta. Alright, so we're going to grab a small frying pan and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter or oil. So we're just going to wait for that to melt, and then we can throw in our eggs. Alright, so once our butter has melted, we're going to throw in our eggs. And we're going to cook the side for 3 minutes. Alright, so after 3 minutes, we're going to flip our egg over. Okay, so at this point, we're going to cook it for about 1 minute. I'm going to add more cheese. And now we're going to add our chilaquiles. Okay, so I'm going to add more cheese. And now we're going to cover our huevo. So at this point, our egg is fully cooked, so now we can remove it from the pan. Alright, so now we are ready for the fun part. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my beans. I'm going to add some queso fresco. And my huevo en torta, we're going to top it with some more salsa. And we're going to serve it with some avocado. Okay. And now we are ready to enjoy our delicious huevo en torta con chilaquiles. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste. Let me tell you guys that this breakfast is super easy to make. It's fast and super delicious. So look at that. all the cheese, the chilaquiles. Perfect. So now, enjoy. Seriously, the best chilaquiles. This will take your breakfast to a whole new level. Super delicious. The best. And the beans. It's a perfect combination. So good. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how to make a huevo and torta con chilaquiles. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me on any of my social medias. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.